Live from the Ball State News Center, this is NewsLink Indiana in high definition.
Good evening and welcome to NewsLink Indiana. I'm Cameron DeBlasio.
And I'm Esther Sarah Bauer. Thank you for joining us. The Director of Testing and Certification at the United States Election Assistance Commission spoke to students and faculty earlier today about the security and accuracy of their vote. NewsLink Indiana reporter Brittany Ehrman is live in the newsroom with more. Brittany?
That's right, Esther. Now, Brian Hancock works with overseeing efforts to test and certify voting booths. Now, he gave this presentation due to the fact that some people in Muncie are a little worried that their vote might be altered after they leave the voting booth. Recent comments from Donald Trump at a rally in Arizona,
and I'm afraid the election's going to be rigged, I have to be honest,
have some questioning the security and accuracy of their vote. Muncie residents lined up at Delaware County Clerk's office today to pick a candidate, and Thomas DeWee says even though he voted, he's worried election officials manipulate the votes cast.
The votes that really matter is the people who've got money, so us little people, I don't think really the votes matter, so they probably don't actually get there.
On the other hand, Kent Stoller voted and says he has nothing to worry about.
I feel confident. I feel confident it's accurate. I hope.
Either way, computer science professor Jay Baga tests and certifies voting machines for the Indiana Election Division and says it is highly unlikely for a rigged election.
These voting machines are in each of the 92 counties, and there's over 12,000 of those voting machine units, and these are not connected to internet, and they report their results separately to each county's headquarters, and then those results are put together. So it'll be very hard to get into each machine to try to rig them.
Baga stressed the rumors about voter fraud should not be the reason why people choose not to exercise their right.
I think people should feel comfortable in knowing that there are a lot of people at the federal level and at the state level working very hard to ensure that this election process goes smoothly and it's tested very well.
Now, if you haven't voted already, tomorrow will be your last chance. Holy Trinity Lutheran Church is the election day voting location, and it will be open from 6 in the morning until 6 later that evening. Reporting live from the newsroom, Brittany Ehrman, NewsLink Indiana. Back to you at the news desk.
Madison County authorities are paying a ransom demanded during a hack on county computers. A computer virus was used to block access to computers Friday night. Officials don't believe personal information is at risk. Investigators say the hack doesn't appear to be linked to tomorrow's election because voting records and ballots are on another system. County officials say they have leads on potential suspects, but are not releasing any information at this time. The Federal Department of Homeland Security is now overseeing the investigation. And Hillary Clinton's email controversy made headlines once again over the weekend. FBI Director James Comey reiterated his agency's conclusion that Clinton should not face criminal charges for the way she handled classified emails. This statement came Sunday after Comey announced last month that the FBI had discovered new emails in a separate investigation of Clinton's server. Donald Trump voiced his displeasure with the decision, saying there was no way the FBI could review the new emails in less than 2 weeks. It's unknown how much impact, if any, this new development will have on tomorrow's election.
Emails, bigotry, the FBI, and tax returns all have been storylines in a crazy election year. But how did we end up deciding between Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton? NewsLink Indiana's Tony Stanleben breaks it all down.
What began as a crowded presidential race has now come down to just 2 candidates.
I am officially running for President of the United States.
I'm hitting the road to earn your vote.
Both parties had their share of competition as the Republicans saw 17 candidates and the Democrats had a fight to the finish between Hillary Clinton and Bernie Sanders.
The American people are sick and tired of hearing about your damn emails.
As the primaries began, the playing field grew thinner and thinner. The Republican race for the nomination soon came down to Donald Trump, Ted Cruz, John Kasich, and Marco Rubio. But after Trump won Rubio's home state of Florida, the senator called it quits.
It is not God's plan that I be president in 2016.
Trump then had Cruz and Kasich to defeat to secure the Republican nomination, and of all states, it was Indiana that seemed to seal the deal.
We're going to make America greater than ever before. I love you, Indiana. Thank you for all your help.
After Trump's victory in the Hoosier state, Kasich and Cruz suspended their campaigns, paving the way for Trump to be the Republican nominee. On the Democratic side, Bernie Sanders continued his campaign through the rest of the primary season before conceding to and endorsing Hillary Clinton as the party's candidate.
I intend to do everything I can to make certain she will be the next president.
From there, it was running mate time. Donald Trump selected Indiana Governor Mike Pence to join his ticket, citing his experience both in Congress and as an executive. Clinton, meanwhile, touted Senator Tim Kaine from Virginia. Now, after some heated debates,
Why won't he release his tax returns?
When she said deplorables, she meant it.
not to mention email and locker room talk controversies, all eyes turn to the polls as Election Day is now less than 24 hours away. Tony Sandlaben, NewsLink, Indiana.
In the latest Bloomberg poll, Hillary Clinton has a slight edge over Donald Trump. Polls open tomorrow morning at 6 across the country.
Well, this election year is a monumental one for women, with Hillary Clinton being the first female nominee for a major party in U.S. history, and college-aged women being the swing vote. NewsLink Indiana's Kelsey Anderson has more.
It's been a year for women and then some. Some are urging that white college-educated women are the biggest swing vote in this year's election. Today, 2 Ball State students explained who they're voting for and why.
Hillary stands for literally everything I believe in compared to Trump. She stands for women's rights, and she stands up for children and minorities. She believes in Black Lives Matter, as do I. And Trump is none of those things. He can say that he is, but he's not. And Hillary is just, she's the candidate for me.
I support Donald Trump because, for the most part, everything that he stands for is stuff that I stand for, such as him supporting our troops, supporting jobs, rebuilding our economy. That's just a few things that I believe in.
Both women voted for the candidate that they see best fit. And although they disagree on the matter, they still support each other's decision.
Support women, so I'm going to support her and what she thinks is right, but I want her to realize that this doesn't only affect her, but also her future children and her friends.
A Hillary supporter, I would just say, if you can sit here and back up with factual information that you can truly say that she will do the best at running our country, then I would say props to you, but I don't really have any intentions of voting for a criminal into office.
Their views on the candidates may be different, but both women felt it was important to take the initiative to vote. In Muncie, Kelsey Anderson, NewsLink, Indiana.
White college-educated women supported Republican Mitt Romney by 6 percentage points in the 2012 election. They now back Clinton by double digits.
So Cameron, I went to class today at 8 a.m. and was freezing. And then when I left, it was beautiful out. I just cannot keep up with this weather anymore.
Yeah, it is insane. We've had 70s during the day, and then we get down to 40s late at night. I mean, Cody, are we going to be seeing more of that going forward?
Yeah, guys, it looks like we're going to continue to see these warm temperatures for the next couple of days, but much cooler temperatures are on the way. But today we reached a high of 70 degrees here in Muncie. Our average high is 54 for this time of year. Our record high is 77 degrees, so we got kind of close to our record high, and it was very warm across much of central Indiana. Coming up in my forecast, I'll have the Election Day forecast, when our next chance for rain will enter into central Indiana, and when temperatures will get down into the 40s for highs, all coming up in just a few minutes.
All right, thanks, Cody. Coming up, find out where you can go on campus to relax and de-stress.
And BSU's Ball Bearings magazine hit the stand today. We'll have all the details up next. Its fall edition today, Ball State's Ball Bearings magazine held a special discussion tonight on campus. NewsLink's Emerson Lehman has the story.
Thanks, guys, and I'm here at the Ball State Teachers College Room 120, where tonight the Ball Bearings magazine hosted an open panel discussion to talk about the civility and polarization of our society as this election draws to a close.
Ball Bearings editor Alex Kincaid sat down with NewsLink Indiana to discuss what she hoped that the panel discussion would cover.
To open up a discussion about the polarization of our nation in politics, and then also civility in politics, and how you can open yourself up to sides that you disagree with rather than just promoting your own side of issues and thinking you're right, how you can sort of take a step back and try to understand others and come to compromise rather than just pushing your own interests.
With a room full of spectators listening on, the panelists, including SGA President James Wells and Ball State Professor Kristen McAuliffe, sat down to discuss these important topics.
And guys, the discussion featured a lot of key points, but not only did it focus on the election, just as the magazine does, it focused on how the nation as a whole can just come together to work together and be united once again. Live in Muncie, I'm Emerson Lehman, NewsLink, Indiana.
You can pick up one of the magazine's fall editions around campus to read up on the topics discussed.
Well, reminders of the election are all around Ball State's campus, but the real question is, will students vote? According to a Pew Research poll, millennials make up 31% of the voting bloc, but less than half voted in 2012. Millennials have the lowest voter turnout of any age group. Ball State student Kyle Ballou explained why he thinks voting is important.
The thing is, to get an accurate count of these votes, you need everybody to vote. These people say, oh, I don't want to vote, or I don't know how to vote, or I can't find a way to vote, or it's too much work to get an absentee ballot, or all this stuff. People make up reasons to not vote, but I think that we need to find a way to get it done and make sure everybody votes and everybody's heard.
If you're planning on voting but don't know where to go, you can Google the phrase "where to vote" with your address. For more information about voting in Indiana, you can visit indianavoters.com to check your polling location and registration status. You can join us here on NewsLink tomorrow night for full election coverage. Our news team will be providing live updates throughout the show. You can tune in at 9 p.m. on Cardinal Vision or watch online at livestream.com.
If the election this year has been causing you stress, we have a solution to manage it and reduce anxiety. Mary Eber has the story.
Renard Orchid at Ball State University offers midweek meditation and mindfulness by massage therapist and yoga instructor of 30 years, Sherry Flanders. Flanders explains the process of meditation.
It's really helpful if you choose a sound or a specific word to concentrate on while you're trying to meditate. It's ideal to sit up straight and tall. Energy moves upward through the body, and so if you sit straight and tall, you're going to have a more comfortable experience.
Many people are skeptical when they hear the word meditation, but it really isn't restricted to a specific religion. Sherry Flanders says the scientific ideology is that we're training our brain to focus.
If you're set up to a computer, the brain waves will be sort of scattered, up high, down low, and this is when we're in a chaotic state, and when we meditate, it's very even.
Flanders says meditation lowers blood pressure, hypertension, and reduces general anxiety symptoms.
We live in a culture that's full of tension and anxiety, and so most people are always running on a sort of hyper-adrenaline state because there's always stuff going on in our lives because we're human beings, in our personal lives and also in the news, of course. So we learn to calm our own mind and our own physiology.
The program has seen positive results, and Flanders is thrilled with the response.
But I think just coming regularly, they're feeling the security of the discipline here, and then they'll be able to carry that over into their regular lives.
In Muncie, Mary Eber, NewsLink, Indiana.
The meditation takes place in Reinhard Orchid Greenhouse on Tuesdays at 3:30 p.m. from now through December 15th. Fall-like temperatures could be on the way this week.
We'll have your full weather forecast when we return. Welcome back. So, Esther, we've talked about those 70-degree temperatures, but you have to wonder, it is November. So, I mean, those colder temperatures have to be on the way, right?
I sure hope so. Cody, when is November going to come to stay?
Yeah, guys, it looks like November, it's really started off really well. Our temperatures have been above average, but it looks like as we go into the later part of this week, our temperatures could possibly get below average. Taking a look at our current temperatures, we're sitting at 54 degrees here in Muncie. It feels like 54 with our dew point sitting at 41 degrees. And currently right now our temperatures are in the upper 40s and lower 50s. Indy, you're sitting at 55 degrees, Lafayette 47, and Fort Wayne a bit warmer at 49 degrees. So it's a bit mild out there this evening and it feels pretty good. Taking a look at the last 3 hours on radar, you will see we have some rain showers across much of the Midwest, and we even have some frost advisories and freeze watches in effect for much of the high plains. And even as we shift and take a look at the East Coast, you will see we even have some of those same watches for you guys out there as well. But as we zoom in here a little bit closer to home, you will see we do have some cloud cover beginning to fill in, and we are tracking our next cold front, which is bringing rain showers into Illinois, and we may begin to see those as early as tomorrow afternoon. But for tonight, we're going to see mostly clear skies with our low coming down to 47 degrees with those winds out of the south-southwest at 5 miles per hour. Taking a look at precision cast, you will see that rain showers will begin to move into the area around the 3 or 4 o'clock time frame. So as you're out there picking up the kids, it could be a little bit rainy out there, and these showers will continue to work their way off to the southeast, and we may continue to see these rain showers as we go on through the remainder of the afternoon and evening. So it looks like the best time to get out there and vote is going to be earlier on in the day. Taking a look at our rain totals, it isn't going to be a very big rain producer with rain totals anywhere from 1/4 of an inch with rain totals lower as we look to the southeast. So it shouldn't cause any flooding. Taking a look at your day planner, you will see we keep things dry through the noon time frame with rain showers possible through the 3 to 6 time frame, and then we clear things out by 9 p.m. with our temperatures getting down to right around 50 degrees. Taking a look at precision cast again, we clear things out with the cloud cover diminishing as well with that high pressure system moving in, but that is going to bring cooler temperatures as we go through the next couple of days. Taking a look at your 7-day forecast, guys, Tuesday our high temperature is going to get up to 61 degrees with rain chances possible. Wednesday through Friday our temperatures will remain in the 50s, but by the time we get to the weekend our temperatures are going to be in the upper 40s, and we haven't seen that since April of this year. But by the beginning of this upcoming week, our temperatures are going to return into the mid-50s.
So it still looks like we're not going to be seeing what we have been seeing, though.
Yeah, no. Temperatures are going to be a lot much cooler out there, a lot more fall-like. Definitely, for sure.
It's about time. It's been a little too warm. We need to get these fall temperatures here.
Yeah, I agree.
Alrighty, so Peter, what do we have coming up in sports?
Well, I like seeing 60 degrees for the football game tomorrow. And speaking of football, Ball State football looking to take another step towards bowl eligibility. A win tomorrow would go a long way. And another year, another great showing for Delaware County volleyball on the state's biggest stage. We have reaction from this weekend's state title matches ahead in sports. Hey, good evening, everybody. Well, coming into the weekend, 43 Delaware County volleyball teams had been crowned state champions over the 44-year history of the IHSAA Volleyball State Finals. You can now add 2 more to that total after wins from Yorktown and Wapahani on Saturday. For the 3A Yorktown Tigers, it was sweet revenge. After losing to Providence in straight sets in last year's state title match, the Tigers beat that same team to win the title this weekend. Yorktown was paced by an incredible effort from sophomore Kinsey Knuckles in the win. The University of Nebraska commit tallied 30 kills, which set a state finals record for a 4-set match. This is championship number 3 in Yorktown's storied volleyball history.
Basically, we knew there wasn't another chance to get in the gym and get any better. So what we had is what we had. So just going in and giving all we had, I knew it was going to be enough. I have to have what my coach says, amnesia. Because as a player, I get down on myself when I make a mistake. And going in, I knew I couldn't do that. They were going to target me right away. So I had to change my mindset. Pretty much, I just knew that I wanted to take 1 point at a time. And the past is in the past. So basically, to move forward, I'm going to have to get more kills and more kills and more kills.
Yeah, and she certainly had a lot of them. Meanwhile, the 2A Wapahani Raiders weren't looking for revenge on Saturday. Rather, they were just looking to repeat, and they did just that. The Raiders defeated Covenant Christian in a hard-fought 5-set match to win the program's 4th title in 6 years. This weekend was especially emotional for head coach Jared Richardson, who became a father just a day before winning the title.
It's been crazy. There's all kinds of emotions. I think that, you know, I missed practice on Thursday, and I was worried that would really throw off our energy and our game plan for the week. But just not being there, I told the girls they had their biggest practice, and they've really got to work while I'm having the biggest day of my life. And my assistant coaches did a great job keeping them focused and keeping them on point. And then, you know, yesterday at the banquet, I just told the kids that, you know, we're a family, and that, you know, even though I just started my real family, it's always been them until now, and that my whole life with this volleyball team has been nothing about family, and that's what my life is family and volleyball.
Yeah, great stuff from Coach Richardson. Congrats to both of those schools on their state titles. Meanwhile, the Ball State football team is gearing up for its final home game of the season. The Cardinals will welcome Eastern Michigan to town for some midweek action tomorrow night. Very important game for both teams, both looking to snap 2-game losing streaks, and both still have work to do if they want to make a bowl game. But tomorrow is bigger than just a game for Ball State. It's a celebration of a group of seniors who head coach Mike New has raved about all season long.
The one thing I can tell is just when these guys leave out of here, they're going to go make an impact in our world. I think there's a lot of guys here that have really impressed me with their preparation, with their work ethic, with who they are as a person, their makeup. I've been very impressed with a lot of these guys in this class, and I wish I had an opportunity to work with them for more than 1 year because they've been great to be around. They've been a class act.
Yeah, guys, and as I mentioned, very important for Ball State to try to get a win tomorrow. They're 4-5 heading into Eastern Michigan. They have to win 2 of their final 3 games to obtain bowl eligibility at the end of the season. So very important for tomorrow, and obviously they want to go out on a high note for the seniors.
Definitely. We will be keeping Ball State in our thoughts.
All right, thanks, Peter. Coming up, we'll have a final look at weather after this. Welcome back. Final look at weather, Cody.
Yeah, guys, it was a beautiful day across the state. Right now, we are currently sitting in the mid-50s right now, 54 degrees right now in the city of Muncie. For your 7-day forecast, guys, temperatures will remain in the 50s for much of the day. It's going to rain tomorrow, so make sure you bring the umbrella if you're planning to go out and vote. And for your Friday, it's Veterans Day, so make sure you get out there and you thank all those who have served for this wonderful country.
All right, thank you very much, Cody. That's all tonight for NewsLink Indiana. Be sure to watch tomorrow night for our election coverage. It starts at 9 right here on Cardinal Vision. And before the show, be sure to check in with us on Facebook.
We'll be live behind the scenes as the show comes together. Have a great night.